Emotional damage.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. We got a lot of red, a whole lot of red on the hourly, a whole lot of red on the daily. It's not looking too hype right now. But I will tell you guys, take a look here. Take a look here. Where's it at? Let's get it. There we go. Look at that gold. You guys remember when we were talking about this new platinum pocket and golden pocket up here? Yeah, we're hitting it now. Gold continuing to pump, breaking. Man, it's what is it at right now? 42 hit 42.73, about to break $4,300. Silver is at 43.40, continuing to pump up. Overall, guys, as one analyst has pointed out, and we're going to go over this article here in a little while. We got an analyst that said, what did he say? He said, Ed Yardini said, gold is the new Bitcoin. So that's what the thumbnail's about today. We're going to get into all of this. We're going to talk about the Beige Book. The Beige Book is back out. If you guys don't know, we've talked about that before. It's put out by the Federal Reserve, and it's got all of the stuff in it. We're going to get into all that, and we're going to break it all down, tell you guys what you need to know today, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on with the price action here? Are we going to find this level of support at the 52-week SMA? All that and a whole lot more right here today on the Morning Market Report. You guys know what time it is. Let's get it. Class is in session. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Appreciate everyone being here. I got to get my setup here so I can see what's going on my own channel here. There we go. Smash my own like button. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, you need to. The more you guys smash the like button, the less I'll talk about Chart Prime. How about that? Not a fair deal? Let's go ahead and bring up OC Guy, my co-host today. What's up, OC? How you doing today, bro?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Pretty tired still, but doing great. I mean, everything is running smoothly, and well, things are falling into place. The only thing that
So
is a
far.
little slow is Bitcoin. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
a
other
little
than
slow.
that,
How's them alts
yeah,
looking?
pretty slow.
How's them
But
altcoins
what
looking
was it?
today? How's them
Oh
altcoins looking
man,
today? They're
not
actually up
that
a little
great,
bit.
but
They're actually up a
mhm,
little bit. IMX, Immutable X is up 4% today. I mean, that's not horrible. Griffane is up. It's so weird, the tokens that move. It's like we can't get an alt season. We're getting alt sectors. I think I heard that somewhere, the cycle from somewhere. Someone said that we wouldn't get an alt season. We would get alt cycles. I don't know. I don't know who that was. They probably don't know what the hell they're talking about anyways.
right.
Yep.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's right. All right, OC, what are we looking at on the Bitcoin chart today, bro? Let's go ahead and pull it up and get into it. We got a lot of news to break down. So what are we looking at on Bitcoin right now?
Absolutely. So this is where we left out, guys. I mean, we had a little channel up in here. Let's actually just get rid of that channel. But so far we had a head and shoulders or something like that playing out, right? At this moment, as we were coming back down into the neckline, well then, you see that we have stopped. There was one more line in here being drawn, which would, hey, how would be maybe be breaking that head and shoulders pattern, and that if we just bounce up to the dynamic reactor and then have a break back down and hold just below the neck, I mean, just above the neckline right here. And why would that be important? Because that we will have in that case a break. And let me just get rid of this head and shoulder for a second. There we go. We will have a breakout, smash on the dynamic reactor, and then retest of a very important trend line going on in here. But so far seems like has not been the case. Seems like that possibility is fainting out over time, and most likely we might be having or just to hover over to the neckline. That is not cool, because look at this. Let me just get rid of everything that we have in here, and that means that our oscillator is being either flattening out or slow moving, like very slow moving, right? So you can see it right here. Yes, we have that flip of the ribbon, but it's very, very small, flat and slow. So just like we have been looking for, like in here, or not looking for, but kind of can talk about, right? And this right here is what we're going to be looking for, a possible goose hit. So the answer, I mean, the question still remains, what's going to happen? Brace for impact. I would say that if we don't pump within today, the next most possible scenario will be hitting the 103. Other than that, that's what we're having on Bitcoin.
Yeah, I want to jump over here and show what I'm watching also on here. Guys, we did get this pullback overnight here, and look where we got our bounce inside my golden pocket here. If you guys don't have these levels on your chart, you need to. They're calling it every time. It's we've been it's from the bottom here back in June to the top that we had at all-time high. Okay, and it's here. If you want to come back later, screenshot that. You can get those levels, but the golden pocket has been our key level to hold here. We've now tested into it twice, holding it as support. But if we come back down, I do think that this is going to be, third time hit here. And if it doesn't hold at this level, might just grab the, liquidity and head on down to the platinum pocket. Why do I think that's the case? Because that's about our next level here of liquidity that there is to go grab down there. And that level would be 101 to 104. Of course, I told you guys earlier this week that I'm watching for us to come down to about the $100,000 mark anyways, because we're losing the bull market support band, the daily dynamic reactor. We've got a this is trend-based fibs here. These are totally different fibs. They go from 2018 bottom to the 2021 top to the 2022 bottom. And this has been a key area sitting here about 104,766. But if we lose this bull market support band and we lose this golden pocket, the 52-week simple moving average is going to be the key. And that's about $100,000. So $100,000 Bitcoin going to be a key level, in my opinion, for us to hold on to. So let's go and talk about the alumni. Let's do that. Shout out to the alumni. We got Wix Wi-Fi at 89 in here. Alexander G. Little Fish is in here with us. BC Port Corp. He said, good morning. Brushing up on the favorite economist from Saturday's show on fiat. Yeah, I'm going to be there Saturday talking about fiat with BC Port Corp. I'm looking forward to that show. If you guys don't know, Saturday, me, BC Port Corp, possibly Crypto Billy. I think LBC. We're all going to be over there on BC Port Corp's channel. So you guys need to go over there and make sure you're subscribed and notified when that goes live. Shimatrice, what's up? How you doing, lady? Melissa's in here. We've got RS Miller in the house. RS Miller, are you staying afloat down there in Arizona, bro? I saw there was all kinds of flooding going on in Tucson, man. Username's in the house with us. Harp. We got Harp in here. Alexander G. Steve Hickey, username. Chris Rex is in here. We've got Indie Rock Crypto, the IRC, Mike Play, and then we got Crypto Coin Mindset in here with us too. Appreciate you guys all joining us. Awesome. And Donato Cabrera, Indie Jenny from the blockchain. What's up? That's awesome, dude. I love that name, Indie Jenny from the blockchain. That's so cool. All right, let's go take a look at the news here, and let's get on that. OC, we'll be back to you, bro. All right. I did not set it up. It's amateur day here at the Piper Academy. It's okay. It's all right. Ain't no biggie. Ain't no biggie. Allergies are crushing me today, man. This cold weather coming in, all this air kicking everything up. AG is the AOG. That is true, Jenny. She is. Absolutely. CCM. All right, looking here, guys, at the into the Cryptoverse metrics today. We're sitting at the crypto market cap at 3.736 or 6.763. I'm dyslexic today. Trend on this is at 4.511 trillion. We're currently about 16.59% undervalued right now. Looking at the risk levels, and I put out a notification yesterday, guys, and I said, we are at a 3x DCA level on Bitcoin. This is where we start to compound in as we go lower, guys. And I went ahead and did my purchase yesterday, and it's down a little bit from where I bought. That's okay, though. It's dollar cost averaging. It's what it's all about, right? So I did do a 3x yesterday on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin dominance right now, we're sitting at 58.92%. Take away the stable coins, we're at almost 64% dominance for Bitcoin right now. How about the altcoin season? How's it looking? It has checked out. Altcoin Alt season has left the building. It's sitting at 55.56% and continuing to sell off to the downside. But it's also not Bitcoin season either. So, in order to do that, we'd have to be all the way down at a 25% score index. So, liquidations in the past 24 hours, 190,000. Is this updated? Let me refresh you, sir. I don't think you are. 190,643 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $499 and $499.53 million there, guys. Largest single liquidation order happened on Hyperliquid as a Bitcoin trade for $5.7 million. Let's go look at the bookmarks today. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. Do we have an updated one on this, sir? Yeah, nope, we don't. We're in fear. 28 fear. That's where Bitcoin is at right now. What about the Ethereum? Let's go look at that one. How's it looking today? We're at 35, also sitting in fear on Ethereum. Fear has gripped the markets, and that's where we are. I think that's about all I had on X marks the spot. Didn't have a whole lot in there today. Looking at the markets overall for TradFi, though, Dow Jones is up about 0.2%. S&P up just slightly over, a little over 1/10%. And NASDAQ is at 0.35%. Russell 2K getting some sell-off, down 0.3%. And the volatility index continues on. Marching on to past 20 there. 21 right now is the score on the volatility index, meaning be careful. Chop City. We are in Chop Suey land. Looking at bonds right now, 10-year yield bond down to 4.04. Is this thing going to hit 3.9? Be interesting to see. But take a look at oil. Oil, we are sitting below. We're trying to come up. We're green, but it's below 60, which means that it is getting unprofitable for the oil industry. They got to start shutting off wells in their less profitable areas of drilling. What else do we got? Gold. What's the deal about gold? Something about gold here? Gold. Oh, what is it? Gold? $4,273. Closing in on 4,300. And then silver trying to get to 53. It did hit 53 last night. Right now it's trying to get back there. Copper's a little bit down. Platinum and palladium up, though. Platinum is up 3.6%. Palladium is up 4.69. BC. What's your uranium at today, bro? How's uranium doing? Probably pretty well, I would say, too. Looking at the crypto bubbles right now, Bitcoin down 1.6% on the daily. Ethereum is down 2.7%. BNB down 1%, and XRP down 3.5% in the top 5 there. Solana is down 5% right now. Other big movers, let's see here. 5.6 on Hyperliquid, 5.5 on Sui, and 7.4% on Mantle. Of course, it's not in the top 20, but you can see a lot of red there on that chart today. Let's look at this economic data. And let's see how this is looking. Thursday, a lot of Fed speakers today. Philadelphia Fed manufacturing came out, was at 23.2. They expected it to be 10 or 4. A little bit of a downside. No, big downside, negative 12.8. And we did get the Beige Book today, guys. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. It's giving us some insight of what's going on. How about a rate cut in October? Are we going to get it? Yes, we are. Most likely 97.8% chance that we're going to get a 25 basis point rate cut here. 2.2% chance that we don't get anything. And we got an article here from CNBC. Tariffs are pushing prices higher and consumers are feeling the hit. Fed's Beige Book shows. Let's just go over here and I'll show you this. Flashbang. Sorry. My apologies. I didn't give you a warning on that. There's not much I can do. Can I make this? Yeah, I can. Look at that. Hey, I made it dark. No flashbang anymore. Sorry about that. Beige Book, guys, this comes out every 6 weeks. It's a summary of commentary on current economic conditions by Federal Reserve districts. They all the different districts, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Cleveland, all these different areas, they all put all their stuff together and they send it all to the Federal Reserve. So, that's how that works. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through this whole book. You can see how long it is. This thing just, we're over here. Look, this thing is really big. Don't worry about it. I got you, fam. We're going to go ahead and pull up Chat GPT here because I dropped the file in there and she broke it all down for me. So let's jump over to here with OC and let's get in on this. All right, guys. So what we got here on the national overview, it says overall activity sitting here. Can I open this on? I bet I can. Let's do this. I can zoom it in if I have it over here. Let's do this. Chat GPT. And then I can zoom in on this for you. Yeah, this is the better way. This is the way. This is the way. Beige Book breakdown. Look at that. Ha ha. Ha ha. I got you. All right. So get back up here to the top. It says national overview, overall economic activity, economic growth was flat to slightly down. So we've had a weakening of the economic data, okay? The economic growth, I should say. 3 districts reported slight to modest growth. 5 districts reported no change. 4 districts said slight softening. Consumer spending cooled, especially in retail goods. Auto sales got a short-term boost from EV purchases before the federal tax credit expired in September. Luxury travel stayed strong, but middle-income households are bargain hunting. Manufacturing was weak due to tariffs and waning demand, and agriculture, energy, transport softened. Some uptick in business lending occurred after low interest rates, but outlooks remained split. Optimism in a few districts, caution in most. How about the labor market? How did that look? Employment mostly stable with layoffs increasing in some sectors. Labor demand was muted. Employers are preferring part-time and temporary workers, guys, and this is not a good thing at all. This means that people are losing full-time jobs. They're not finding much to replace it. AI-driven automation is starting to show up as a reason for fewer hires. Labor shortages persist in hospitality, agriculture, construction, and manufacturing due to immigration policy changes, meaning when we did the immigration crackdown, it opened up a lot of jobs in these for other people. Wage growth was modest to moderate. Health insurance costs for employers jumped, adding to cost pressures. What about prices overall? Inflation pressure to increase again, driven by tariffs, higher insurance, healthcare, and tech service costs. Some firms absorb tariff costs to protect the market share. Others, like manufacturing and retail, passed it on right to us. So if things are more expensive, that's why. Overall, though, guys, not looking, it wasn't horrible, it wasn't disastrous, but it was definitely showing that we are continuing with a lot of headwinds on tariffs, a lot of weakening of the labor market, and things are just getting more expensive. Hiring slowing down. So overall, key takeaways: tariffs are now the most frequently cited headwind, inflating cost and distorting input chains. Labor stability is hiding weakness. Low turnover and AI substitutions equal hiring freeze, not a hiring boom. Price pressures are not easing. Service inflation and health cost spikes replace goods inflation. Regional divergence. We are seeing that there was a divergence by region. Coastal regions, New York, San Francisco, reported contractions, while Atlanta, Southeast, Midwest, Cleveland, Chicago are holding steady. So overall sentiment slightly improved in a few districts, but the risk of a prolonged government shutdown is highlighted as a downside threat. So overall, guys, not looking good at all on the data from this. We'll jump back over to the news segment here. I just wanted to break this down. OC, you got any input on the Beige Book for us today?
Not much. I mean, just keeping a track on what's going on. But I mean, show me the news, and I mean, show me the charts, and I tell you the news kind of stuff. That's what I'm gonna be doing throughout today. But it's looking that it's not. I mean, it seems like it's not looking that great for the
The
volume
cracks are showing.
on
The
Bitcoin so
cracks are
far.
showing.
Yes.
Our economy
Yes.
right now is like a plumber underneath the sink in your kitchen. The crack is definitely showing. Um, look at here, guys. More weakness. Nestle, check it out. Nestle jumps 8% after consumer goods giant announces a plan to slash 16,000 jobs. We're seeing a lot of this in the markets where these companies are showing, hey, look, we got decent earnings, but we're going to cut these people out of the workforce. And then all of a sudden, the markets get a huge rally off of that because, hey, they're going to cut cost, right? And so, we're Nestle laying off 16,000 people. When will the government shutdown end? According to this, 34% chance after November 16th. Holy cannoli. Holy balls in the chat here. Let me start it off for you. Holy balls in the chat. Holy balls. There you go. November 16th is what we're looking at. According to the poly market, obviously, it's gambling. They're betting. They're betting November 16th, not 10/10. That's what they're saying. Look here, guys. Look at the overall October return so far, I know it feels like it's been horrible. It's only down 2.24%. So just so you know, 2.24%. It's not horrible. It could be worse. It could be like August where we were 6.49 or last February where it was 17.39. We're still doing okay, in my opinion. That's why I'm going to continue to DCA for right now. 3 shifts in Bitcoin well behavior. Actually, OC, I'm going to bring you up for this one too, because I want to talk about this one with you. There we go. 3 shifts in Bitcoin well behavior after the October market crash. Dormant wells are reactivating, OC. We've got over 892,000 Bitcoin since January has been moved, signaling renewed selling pressure post-crash. Well inflows surged to monthly highs with 17,000 plus Bitcoin sent to exchanges, often a precursor to short-term price drops. Exchange well ratios hit peak levels, showing wells dominate trading flow and may drive higher market volatility. The market crash on October 11th caused severe losses for retail investors. It also triggered notable behavioral changes among the Bitcoin whales. Recent on-chain data reveals that 3 major shifts in this group activities are taking place. What are they? And can the market adapt to these new patterns? 1, Get out of here, sir. Get out of here. I don't want you. Okay, fine. I guess you'll be at the bottom. 1, dormant wells are waking up. After the crash, Bitcoins from long dormant wallets began to move. This suggests that older wells are feeling pressure to take action. For example, on October 14th, about 14,000 Bitcoin that had been inactive for 12 to 18 months were moved on chain. On October 15th, over 4,690 Bitcoin from 3 to 5 year age band were reactivated. Since the start of 2025, nearly 892,643 Bitcoin from the 3 to 5 year aged wallets began moving over to exchanges, representing a significant portion of the total supply. And then 2 to 3 year old Bitcoin cohort also saw strong movement with about 7,343 Bitcoin transferred on chain this week. Additionally, today, one OG well moved 2,000 Bitcoin and still holds almost 46,000, worth more than $5 billion. As a result, coin days destroyed, these are CDDs, spiked sharply this week, reaching its highest level in a month. This is also the highest read since early July, when well reactivation contributed to Bitcoin's drop from 120,000 to 100,000. So what this is Coindays, how many days Bitcoin has been profitable for holders, okay? And so that's dropping very quickly there. 2, increased well flows. Data from CryptoQuant shows that inflows from well wallets holding over 1,000 Bitcoin surged after October 11th. And so a lot of them are buying more, just so you know. Analyst Martin noted on October 15th that 17,184 Bitcoin were sent to exchanges by these large wallets, the highest transfer level since the beginning of the month. So a lot of inflows being sent over there. I didn't mean buying, I meant selling. A lot of them are selling or getting ready to, so be aware. A rise in well inflows is often a bearish short-term signal. When wells send Bitcoin to exchanges, they may be preparing to sell or take profits or cut losses, which increases selling pressure. And then number 3 on here, guys, we got a higher well transaction ratios on exchanges. Another key metric in the exchange well ratio, which measures the proportion of the top 10 inflow transactions relative to total inflows on exchanges. A higher ratio means wells are responsible for a larger share of the trading activity, indicating that they use exchanges to execute their large transactions. So, OC, wells and well games, what's going on here, man? Should we take these signs seriously, or are they just trying to scare the markets by going, oh, I'll push it off the edge. I'll push it off the edge. Are they holding us hostage, man? What's going on here?
Well, I think that's going to be a question that we always going to have, right? I mean, there's no straightforward answer, and especially when we talk about the kind of whales that are, as you mentioned, dormant old wallets, right? Let's get started on that point. Dormant old wallets, I think those are hard coin holders. What's going on moving their stuff? Maybe as any other person, they have their own free money, right? That's what they as believers started this mining, holding, so on and so forth. But also we need to see how far back does these wallets go, right? Or these wallets go, right? For example, are they just a couple of years old, year old? Like, are they 1 or 2 cycle old? Are they 3 cycles old, right? Are they like first cycle old? I think anything on
They're
first
across
cycle.
from this year. They're across from 3 to 5 years, and they're across 8 to 12 years. So we're seeing it across the board with a lot of the wallet holders. So
Right. So that means I think that we're seeing that area where, hey, hardcore holders are basically saying, you know what, this is it. This is what I start taking some profits, and that's not bad. I mean, I don't think that we should be scared about this. I would actually say when I actually will be jumping a little bit off my chair is when I see the second part that you mentioned, right? First cycle holders selling. That's when I started, like jumping or moving in my chair a little bit. But other than that, I just think that it's just a normal cycle. People that know investing, that already his own investing cycle has came to an end, and then you're saying, you know what, this seed has grown into a tree, and now, or into a plant, now is I'm able to harvest it for an actual shit big shit amount of profits, right? But other than that, I think that's what it is. Being scared, well, that depends. And I know, I think I pretty much know most of your situation, or if not 90% of it. But this question goes for our alumni out there. Are you scared? Should you be scared? And I think the other question that's going to answer that is, how is your investments? How is your leverage? Have you taken some profits? What are you doing with those profits, right? Because on the bull market, you should have had any some profits, and then based on those profits, you are confronting the possible upcoming of the bear market. So we asked this question yesterday, didn't we? Like,
we did.
how much of
We
your
did.
profits? Yep.
We did. Yes. I just had a thought
Yeah.
in my head. I am the worst influencer on the planet. I am absolutely
Why?
horrible. Let me tell you why. Let me tell
Because
you
you don't
why.
do
Let me tell. Well,
open mouth thumbnails.
let me tell you why. Because I've got a lot of friends and family that I've been talking to for years, and I do mean years, about, look, you need to be checking in to buy Bitcoin. I'm telling you, buy some Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy whatever, right? None of them have bought. So horrible at influencing people to buy. I have also said in our Discord, hey guys, we got some key altcoins hitting 30% take profit ranges. You need to apply this across the board to some other alts, and maybe they're just underperforming and not going to hit that range. Sell. I can't seem to get people to sell either. So, worst influencer on the planet. If there was a trophy award for it, it would be me. I'll thank you very much. Worst crypto influencer on the planet award goes to Army Piper. So there you go. Can't get them to buy. Can't get them to sell. I just keep doing what I do, man. OC, you know what is pumping though?
Oh, yes, you mentioned that in the morning, and the thing is just not slowing down.
Let's go talk about that, and then we'll get into this article that I have that says gold is the best safe haven play, and it's the new Bitcoin. Let's go talk about that chart first. I'll bring up some stuff that I'm watching on it, then we'll get into this article. Let's go.
Absolutely. So this is a gold chart here, and I want to make sure that you guys remember that I actually did sold some of my gold in here as it was coming up and then back down. The thing is still not coming back to a red. But remember, guys, I mean, I've been holding gold for a long time, especially throughout most of this year's part. All right. So it's been performing fantastic. Remember, nobody goes broke taking some profits, and that was my setup based on the influence of Piper and FD White. So I said, hey, you know what? These guys are also selling. I do see some resistance in here. Why not? Let's go ahead and take some profits. And this is important, guys. As you see some suggestions out there, some targets out there, do your own research and never fool in, never fool out. Always have some exposure to it. All right. And the thing, it just seems like it's on steroids. I don't know what this thing has taken, But look at that. Oh my God. Let's go take a look at the new predictive ranges. Since we have their resistance, there it is. Remember that we had this purple line, and well, then the next thing or the next target after we have broken the purple line, it is hitting the blue lining here. So we're getting back to another rejection zone, or at least some resistance. I am expecting to break it just slightly beating here, like we did somewhere around there. Maybe do a little bit of a flag out, coming back for this liquidity right down here, and then maybe bounce back up. We'll see how that goes, because this order block is playing catch up with me, right? I mean, we have, hey, coming back down, going up, and then, well, we create an order block. This is the people just waiting for re-enter, and then off we go. But the thing said, hey, see you back there, right? And then right now we have created this. We're gonna be moving, and we're gonna be seeing this order block migrating a little bit higher. So keep your eyes peeled. And guys, if you haven't jumped into gold, you don't enter on this kind of movements. You enter on retracements, all right? You enter in this kind of retracements. You enter in these kind of retracements. You enter in these kind of retracements. You enter on these kind of retracements, right? So if you want to jump in here, the farther that we have gone up, the more dangerous it is to catch up with it. But this also, it's a mirror. This is an X-ray vision on what's going on the trust of the economy at this point. And I haven't listened or read the article the Piper have, but let me do my little 2 cents before even knowing anything about that article. Which is, hey, I mean,
Your 2 cents, sir. Put it in.
What is it?
Put your
Oh, there you
2 cents
go.
in. Let's go.
Let's go. So the thing is, Bitcoin, I mean, gold's the new Bitcoin. No, I don't think so. I mean, gold has been always the golden standard, right? I mean, thus the golden standard, right? So gold has been gold, and Bitcoin has been Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin just need to mature in following gold, and when real trouble it's knocking to your door, you go to the old trusty, what plan, right? And in this case, it has always been, and I think it will always be gold.
I think we need
Except
to
within like 20
I
more
think we need
years.
to
Right?
update.
We'll see.
I think we need to update on the OC story. If you guys don't know, for everyone watching here, it's story time with OC guy. And shout out to Alexander G for the 5 gifted Piper Academy memberships. I appreciate you, love, and welcome to the new members. I saw Bit Innuendo in there, I believe, was one of the new members also. So welcome everybody. Appreciate you, Ali G. I love that girl. My wife and my wife and Alexandra G. We sit around and talk on the phone sometimes. If you guys don't know, we have a relationship outside of this channel. She's a family friend now at this point. So, but BC, we need BC OC. We need family time with OC guy. Tell everybody about your relationship with gold and silver and the collapse of a national currency. And where is that mindset at today with, because that was Bitcoin. Bitcoin became your new gold. What are you thinking right now with gold and Bitcoin? I'd love to hear. Give that story. Tell people OC time, story time, and tell them where your mindset is now with that.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. First of all, I learned this fact, all right? And also it's a fact as, hey, the sky is blue. But this let's see, how can I put it into words? This mathematical fact, right? This possibility fact based on mathematics is that on your lifetime you will have 2 and maybe up to 3 life-changing opportunities. Don't let them go. All right. So it's not like once in a lifetime, it is 3 times in a lifetime. The second part, it is what happened with my family, right? My family used to grow, I mean, was was very successful right before the peso collapsed, right? And collapsed really, really, really bad, right? So the way that me and my family actually made it out and talked about my grandmother, because my grandmother was the one teaching us how to invest in this case, it was by buying gold. By the way, my first gold investment, it was a little bit tiny gold coin like this, and maybe I'll show it tomorrow in the show. And that was a gift from my grandmother, right? So we can start our own kind of like, hey, here's your first gold coin and my first silver coin. At that moment, they were worth almost the same. And the way that happened is that Mexico then, I mean, one president came in and said, you know what, everything is fucked. And then the Mexican peso, it's no more. We're gonna sell the debt, and we're gonna create the new Mexican pesos. No kidding, that was the actual name, new Mexican pesos, right? So it's like, hey, the dollar, it's just it steps all the way up there. So let's create a new coin. It's gonna be the new dollar, right? And then yeah, you just
We know
change
how
it from
we
green
know
to
how
blue.
new Coke. We know how it went for Coca-Cola with new Coke. Probably about the same as what it did with the new peso. So
Let's go. And then that was the biggest scam ever. We shaved out 2 zeros or 3 zeros out of our debt. All right. So we refinanced it, and that actually came up to be a huge scam. As you actually investigate a little bit of that, we reshaked our economy. Many people, and most of the people were bankrupt, right? And then we had a depression. So a big in-depth depression on the Mexican economy. And the way that we survived that, it was by having accumulation or real physical gold. So yeah, I mean, that's the story. That's why gold has a special place in my heart. And talking about the last point that you mentioned, what is my stance with Bitcoin? Well, this is one of those 3 once in a lifetime opportunities. If I had any other, which I had one more, but I might say, hey, I never realized it until somebody told me, hey, mathematically speaking, you have just 3 chances. Don't let them go, right? And Bitcoin is not only having all of the gold properties, it's now like pocket size. So you don't need to walk around with a brick of gold, right? And hey, how many shavings of gold does that cost, right? Let me send you like shavings of gold, right?
how many
So
how many flakes of gold make a Satoshi?
exactly. So I think it's just much more convenient, right? In having the proof of work, and that's why I was very against proof of stake on Ethereum, because Ethereum was had a special place in my heart. Well, having that tight bond to the real life, because it costs you money to mine gold, costs you money to mine Bitcoin, right? So that way is how to transform fiat debt, right, into an actual value reserve of profit. But right now, the market cap is not there. This is like the newly created gold ETF back in, what was it, the 60s, if I'm not mistaken? No, 30s?
70s.
70s. Dude, sorry, thank you.
You talking about
Yeah, I
dollar
completely missed
leaving the
that
gold
count.
standard?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to
And
hear
that's
all
actually
about
what I
that.
think.
You're going to hear all about that on Saturday during BC Port Corp show. There you go.
You're right. Let's go. So that's a little bit of my story of my family, and how I learned first that gold save your family, save your economy, and actually creates an exit, a not an exit, but
Security net,
uh
safety net.
exactly, for your family and
So
your
gold
descendants.
or Bitcoin?
Whew. If you ask me, well, let me answer this. Gold, that would be my actual hard answer, but my full savings account is on Bitcoin.
There you go. Put your money where your mouth is, OC. All right, let's go jump into this article and take a look at it. But I wanted you guys to know OC's story, because what we're seeing right now is unprecedented times that OC has kind of been through before. And so it may not be a matter of one or the other. It may be a matter of both. One, because of its hard history, the other, because of its proven track record over the past 15 years and its ease to move. So, Tradefly said, I love gold. Of course you do, Tradefly. What's up, bro? He's loved gold for a long time, and he just drops it as we're getting ready to talk about this article and look at this chart, guys. I want to show you this here. And you heard OC talk about, don't jump in right now. Look for them pullbacks. I want to show you guys what has happened here. Each time that we've entered our phase ranges here, we entered phase 1 here, got a pullback, almost hit to the golden pocket, found support in the golden pocket, got rejected, found support right above the platinum pocket. Phase 2 golden pocket here. Okay, what do we have? We get a lot of resistance here, finally punches up in. Look, it comes back, and we actually put this trade out in the Chart Hackers community. It's one of the sessions that we do with Chart Prime over there with Chart Hackers. And look, right there, we put this trade out, 2.786. I said this is going to be a very important area to get into. What did we get? Another pump from there. We're now entering phase 3 on this setup, guys. And right now, we are punching through the golden pocket. I absolutely think that we're heading to the platinum pocket. But when I see a retracement to either the platinum pocket's 3.786, so that'd be the 786 phase 3, or the phase 3 golden pocket here. Those are going to be key areas that I will be looking at on picking up some more gold. You guys know I have a ton of silver, which is also doing pretty decent right now. But yeah, gold is going to continue crushing it here. Now, the point that I want to bring up here in this article, this is from Ed Yardini. I don't know what this guy's history is, how tight he is to gold, but critical reading tells me there might be some bias here, but this is a CNBC Pro article, so I'll go ahead and read it for you. With its record-breaking run into the stratosphere, gold has emerged as a better safe haven than gold, or than Bitcoin, in the view of market veteran Ed Yardini. The head of Yardini Research, in his morning market note Wednesday, asserted that gold is the new Bitcoin, as he compared the performance of both assets at a time when investors remain concerned over geopolitical issues that could thwart the stock market rally. Bitcoin has been described as digital gold, but we would describe gold as physical Bitcoin, Yardini wrote. Risk-off investors may increasingly be concluding that gold is a better protection for geopolitical risk than Bitcoin. The former has been around since the beginning of history and widely viewed as a hedge against risk, while the latter has a short history and has behaved mostly as a risk-on speculative vehicle. While both have posted strong returns this year, gold has been the leader by far. The yellow metal has popped 60% in 2025, while Bitcoin has surged about 20%. For perspective, Bitcoin is performed about in line with the NASDAQ composite. And I've heard something about this recently. I don't remember who it was. May have been Cloud9 Crypto. I think he said if you take a look and you overlay Bitcoin to the NASDAQ, Bitcoin pretty much operates as a 2x leveraged NASDAQ composite. And I think that there's some truth to that because when we see the NASDAQ start to sell off, Bitcoin definitely follows suit with it. Gold, though, has been in a class by itself. It has been particularly strong over the past month, gaining more than 13%, while Bitcoin slipped 3%. Over the past week, gold rallied nearly 4%, while Bitcoin tumbled 9%, and NASDAQ has slipped nearly 1%. Yardini has set a $4,000 gold price target for 2025. We're past that, a level that's already easily eclipsed. He sees it heading to $5,000 in 2026. I put that number out here on the show, and it could reach $10,000 by the end of the decade or sooner. What I will say here, without going too much deeper into all of this, I will say this. Yes, gold has outperformed Bitcoin in 2025. But if we go over here and we take a look at this chart here, and I'm going to go to gold, and we're just going to take a look. Here we go. Gold, GC1. There we go. Perfect. Wow, look at that. Look at that trend-based fib. We have totally broken out of that thing. I don't even remember when I did that. Anyway, let me get rid of that, and we'll talk about this. If you take a look at the weekly on gold here, guys, actually, we're going to have to go monthly because we go back so far in history on gold. If you take a look here, gold hit a high back in 1980, January 80, okay? How long did it take to have its resurgence and get back up there again in the timeline? From that point to the time that it hit it again, guys, that was 2008. You're talking 28 years to get back to its all-time high. The beautiful part about Bitcoin is that we see it do its resurgence much quicker. You look here, we had a double top in 2011. It took all the way to 2021, another 10 years to come back to its all-time high. We don't see that with Bitcoin. So while, yes, I do agree that gold is something that you should be invested in, I don't think that it replaces what Bitcoin does. Because when we take a look at Bitcoin and we see how this looks, we have 4-year cycles. Gold does not have a 4-year cycle. So overall, I do think that we have a much better pickup with Bitcoin over time. I think that Bitcoin is the way to go, especially when you're talking about. Where's my thing at? There we go. Especially when you're talking about your returns on investment. Is gold a better stabilizer for your capital? Absolutely. I'll give it that. It's not going to have the volatility of pullbacks, but when it does pull back, it takes gold a long time to come back to those levels. So I do love gold, TradeFly. I love gold, but I still think buying the bottom every 4 years on Bitcoin will do better than buying the bottom on gold every 20 years every single time. And that's my stance on gold versus Bitcoin. Do you have to choose one over the other? Absolutely not. But if you got to buy the bottom on one, I'm going to buy Bitcoin bottom every single time before I buy gold bottom. So that's just my 2 cents. There's my 2 cents, OC. Charge it to my bill.
Nice.
Thank you very much. OC, what else you got, bro? What are you looking at?
All right, let's go to the altcoins. Let's get started with useless, then Bitcoin and TAO, right? So those are the latest alerts that we had. Something important, guys, when we talk about useless, this is of course, its name mentioning it, right? Is a meme coin. It's a useless token, right? Just so you guys are up to date. But we were talking about, there we go, 0.3431, 0.34. There it is, 3431, a little bit higher. Here it is. So basically coming back down to this higher low, right? Looking for that flip of the ribbon. That flip of the ribbon hasn't happened just yet, and we're having an indecision candle. So what are we looking at? Let's go with gold. But this is useless. This is useless. We're gonna be taking a look at finalize on gold in a second. Although, what are we looking for useless? Because look at the amount of volatility that this thing has, right? So it's true that at this point we might be seeing sectors of pumping as we go up. I mean, in and out, in and out, in and out of that icon season. And one of my crazy theories, and I don't have actually the means to prove this, so that's why it's not how we haven't talked about this seriously. But I believe that this might be it, like the icon season. Why? Since this is differently because we have a lot of icons right now, differently from before. I mean, the amount of icons have been exploding dramatically, right? Just the money out there, right, dedicated for icons, or the people willing to buy icons, they cannot buy them all like before. I mean, like before, there was a very solid group that, I mean, the money was there to be bought, right, or to rotate to all of for all of those. But right now, there's just too many cons. Long story short, I think that's why we're saying, hey, we're barely on icon season, and then coming back down to not Bitcoin season. Icon season, not Bitcoin season. Icon season, not Bitcoin season, right? And that's why we see different sectors popping up. So if that is the case, well, bidding, the near is coming. All right. So I still remember it's the end of the cycle. Traditionally, we'll end up on October. Well, in November, isn't it, Piper?
For what? The next FOMC or what?
No. The end of the bull cycle on Bitcoin based on
November 3rd to the
your
10th.
historical.
November 3rd to the 10th. Yep.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. So just be careful. Brace yourself for that upcoming possibility, right? Okay, perfect. So talking about useless, we're looking for that flip of the ribbon coming back up above the zero line, and the money flow. It's looking very, very nice. So where is going to be your entry? Your entry is going to be a break of structure entry. So breaking the previous high, coming like this, and then bouncing back up. I was expecting to come down a little bit more, and my alert is still there to reflect it, and either of those it's going to go. So we are right now on the no trading zone. Let's talk about TAO very quickly. We already had an alert hit. Basically, it is not about the breakout, it's about the retest and then continuation downwards. This was created on the 30 minutes. Let's go check that out. All right, let me just get rid of this and look at that loud order block as a support. So do expect a little bit of a ranging here, breakout in the best case scenario, and then coming back down. So this next alert is still valid. I'm going to add another alert right here at the bottom support. And if we start hitting this bottom support, I'm going to be looking for a long position, especially if we do something like this. I will be trying to long either here or there. Let's wrap this up with gold once again. And that is to finalize a possible reentry. I want to bring up, here it is, just a little bit of a different perspective. Let's bring up my predictive ranges. There it is. And you see that I have a combination of different predictive ranges, all right? So let me zoom in here really quickly. Let me just get rid of this so it's not confusing. There it is, much better. You see that I have first a blue predictive range and then a golden predictive range. And then we're going to be looking for the next golden predictive range, all right? And then you'll see that I'm turning on another set of predictive ranges. This is going to come in place once we start breaking through this purple line, which we will, all right? So when we break through that purple line, we want to see where is or how is the next setup of predictive ranges is going to be, and we're going to be looking for the other purple line. So keep your eyes peeled. We might be getting that breakout between today and tomorrow, and we're going to be aiming for the next upcoming blue line that most likely is going to either match this up here, or it's going to match the one above in here. But we'll see how that goes. And other than that, that is what I got, Piper.
Awesome. So by request to Wixwife Fine 89. There you go. We got the sound bite back just for you. It's on the soundboard. Shout out to Tradefly. He said he will not be able to do he's got to work this year for Halloween. But guys, if you guys don't know, October 31st, Halloween is on a Friday this year. And I will be doing another episode of the Halloween special. Guess who's coming back? That's right. That's right. I'm coming back for Halloween. Let's go. So yeah, you guys make sure you tune in here. We're going to be doing a Halloween special that morning. Hell yeah, Tradefly said. Yeah, got to bring it back. Got to bring it back. Chat is wild today, guys. If you guys haven't done so yet, smash that like button. I appreciate it. You guys helped us out tremendously trying to grow this beautiful, beautiful thing we have here. But let's see here. Who are we going to go to today? Who's going to be live? When does she go live with that? Nope, that's too late. Nope. Let's see. Who's going live right after this? Oh, it looks like Dano Crypto is. Look at that. Dano Crypto won the restream today, the redirect today. All right. OC, some things that I'm watching, bro, on the charts. I want to pull up Bitcoin here real fast and talk about that because, guys, we are seeing that we're getting a little bit of a pullback. Like I said earlier, the levels that you need to watch, 104.766. I think that's going to be a key level. It's going to be our golden pocket right here. It's going to be this where we bounced. This is going to be a very vital level to hold. 100% though, if we go through that, guys, $100,675 has got to hold. If we don't get that, we're going to be in big trouble. Because at that point, you're looking at $72,000 Bitcoin, just to be fair. If we lose this level here of the 52-week SMA, we come down to here, you can see there's a big fair value gap right there coming down through this area, right? So there's one area that's going to be hard to hold. And if I pull over and just to show you, I'll put a fixed range volume profile on here. We'll take it from this range where we pumped up and had this whole retracement. Point of control sitting all the way down to 67,000. You can see right here, we've got a volume node. If we lose this volume node here, we've got to fall down to 87, a fall down to this big nipple here at 83.8, and then we got a massive gap that goes right down to there. That's a volume gap. That's a fair value gap. And then, yeah, guys, if we're going to maintain this momentum, First line in the sand, 104,766. That's what I got. So I think that's about all we got today, OC, unless you had anything else.
No, I think that's it. Also on
All
my
right.
part, on my end.
All right, cool. Pick up the Jesus algo. That's all you need. Jesus take the wheel. Maybe we need to do another Jesus take the wheel episode. Last time I did Jesus take the wheel, we bounced again. So maybe we need a Jesus take the wheel series. But we're going to be heading over to Dano Crypto, guys. Appreciate all of you guys joining us here. We'll be back tomorrow morning for Friday. Breaking down the news, the charts, the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Make sure you guys tune in to bring your subscriber button forward a layer. My subscriber button forward a layer. I don't know what you're talking about, TradeFly. You have to tell me what that is. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. OC, make sure you guys tune in to OC tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trade setups with OC Guy. And then tomorrow morning, BC Port Corp will hopefully be back to do the Good Morning Crypto session. If not, tune in right here. 10 a.m. Either way, we're going to be here breaking down the news, the charts, the markets, the headlines, the macro, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe, use some risk management, and peace, love, profits. We'll catch you guys on the other side. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. When you get to Dano Crypto, drop a graduation cap. Tell them the alumni are here. Let's go.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. Ow, ow, ow.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
I love gold.
That was awesome, dude.
Shout out to Lunar Beaches Crypto. I love you, bro. Shout out to Lunar Beaches. I love you, bro.